What's going on, guys? I just got done watching Happy Gilmore 2. If you're like me, you grew up on this movie when you were a kid, I'm going to do this reaction review thing just from the comfort of my couch because I feel like that's how Adam Sandler would want it. Uh, but I just got done watching it. Very, very fun. I am going to, I'm not going to ramble on for too long, but there were spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it because it's a fun time. Uh, but I absolutely enjoyed it. I was one of the things I was really happy that I was going to have the day off to sit down and watch. I'm very excited that it hit Netflix because I probably wouldn't have been able to make it out to the theater to see it for a little while, especially considering I'm going to have to wait a few days to go see Fantastic Four, which I'm going to have to try to avoid all the things I possibly can on that one. But uh, there's not too much to say about Happy Gilmore 2. It's fun. It's the same Happy we grew up with back in the '90s. It's classic Adam Sandler. Of course, he's older, and he's hit some hard times, so it is a little jarring when you get into this and you realize, oh shit, he lost Grandma's house and stuff, and again, spoilers. I had to pause it 3 minutes in because the big surprise, him accidentally killing his wife, Virginia. What the actual fuck? But like, I get it too. Like, it makes sense story wise. But that threw me through a fucking loop. That was like 3 minutes in, and I'm texting my family like, I had to pause it 3 minutes in, guys. It's a wild time. Uh, but yeah, it definitely plays a part of the story. Still just as funny. I watched the first one again last night. I was pretty stoned, and I'd taken a gummy, and maybe just because I've probably watched it just about as much as any movie I did when I was a kid. I've seen it more times than I can count, and of course it's still funny. But I'm also sitting here going like, this is kind of a weird movie. I don't know. That was kind of the thought I was having, or whatever, but not in like a bad way. Just the concept was just wild to me for some reason. I don't know why. I was kind of fascinated more than anything. But again, probably just because I've seen it a million times, and my brain is kind of just looking at it from a different perspective. uh, so yeah, I was watching it and I really loved it, and I was getting myself prepared for this, and I mean, I didn't really have expectations going into this movie because it's just one of those movies that Adam Sandler, the shit he writes, the stuff he does, and it didn't disappoint, because it gave you all the elements that you really wanted. You wanted the crazy, crazy Happy Gilmore, even though he's older, and I mean he's not like as wild as he used to be. Now he's got kids, he's got new things to fight for. His daughter is trying to go to dance school in Paris, so he's trying to raise money to do that. I think one of the funnier things about this movie in the beginning is it's just the different things that he has to like drink alcohol out of. Like he just grabs the most random things. Like he's working at a Stop and Shop like grocery store, and he just grabs like this like cucumber and just twists off the top and just drinks from it. When he's practicing playing golf and stuff, he hits the golf ball. He picks up the golf ball and twists it and drinks it. He's got in like his golf clubs, like literally anything you can think of. He's drinking alcohol out of it. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting, but it's still just as funny to watch. Um, and so like he's trying to get back in the swing of things as a golfer, after losing Virginia, and just really trying to figure out his role in life while trying to take care of his kids. He's got like five of them now. He's got four boys that he loves to death and everything, but you can tell like, just like in real life, he's got his girls and they're his everything. So he's really trying to, do what he can for not just her, but for all of them. And it's just such a wonderful thing to see. So he's got new reasons to do what he's doing. In the first one he's doing it for his grandma. Now in this he's doing it for his kids and for his wife and for Chubbs and for everybody that believed in him, which I think is really, really cool. And then when you do this kind of movie, it's like, all right, where do you go from taking on, the top dog and stuff from like the first movie. So now they're taking on this company that wants to change everything about golf to make it more exciting. I don't know, just bring new elements to it, which isn't a terribly bad thing. And honestly, like a lot of it too, and again, such cool writing because Happy started the revolution against the old ways of golf. And speaking of, so I mean, I don't fucking care about golf. Like I don't mind playing it, and I'll even watch it a time or two. But it's not like my favorite sport. And so if they threw in some of these elements from like, from this maxi game, maxi golf or whatever that they were calling it, like different elements of it, I think that'd be kind of cool. But you know, golf is what it is, and it made Happy the man that he is, and it gave him the love of his life, and which helped build the rest of his life, and he was able to take care of his family. With the help, Virginia doing a lot of it too, and live good lives, and then life took a turn and bad shit happened. So yeah, a lot of this was just him trying to deal with his own demons and trying to help out his friends, even so much so to team up with Shooter McGavin. So when they try to recruit Shooter, and I remember from like the first movie too, the whole thing was Shooter, not just because he wanted to win that jacket and because he felt like it was his tour. It was also, the respect of the game, and it being sacred and wanting to maintain that as much as possible. And so when they try to recruit Shooter, immediately I'm like, this isn't going to work. There's no way Shooter's going to go for this. And he doesn't. And so they end up teaming up with some actual fucking golfers whose names I only recognize because I see them on the TV screens at work sometimes. And yeah, so that was just a really cool way to go through that. And again, the story writing was so good. There's so many nods to the first movie, even characters that not even just characters, but actors that have passed away, and lots of ways of just honoring those people. And I think that was absolutely wonderful. I think that was so cool. Lots of cameos, lots of just people that I did not know were going to be in this movie. Even ones that I did, I'd forgotten. And they all play their parts really, really well. I thoroughly enjoy. Oh my god, it's just pure fun. I mean, it's got its sad moments for sure. There are definitely some heavy hitters in here. I mean, Happy is also going through AA, and which is being led by Hal. If you guys remember Ben Stiller's character, and that's a whole thing. And of course, one of the daughter he has is one of his actual daughters, and then like his sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous is one of his other daughters, which I thought was super cool. I think his mom even plays a part in this movie, if I read the credit right. Very, very great. Again, it's got its heartwarming moments, which you see a lot of in a lot of Adam Sandler's more recent things. But it still has a lot of comedy and a lot of things that, and especially like now that he's got kids and there are these other characters, you still get a lot of the comedic side of things, but you have all these new elements at play. And I think that really, really helped out this movie. And I mean, Adam just has good people around him, so he knows where to put these people to make them shine the most. And then even like these new people, and I feel so bad. I think his new caddy's name is Oscar, and he's so much fun. I love that guy. My only complaint is that I wish Otto had appeared somewhere. I love Alan Covert. I love him in Grandma's Boy. It's a top tier movie in my opinion. I really wish I had seen him somewhere, but I mean, you still get some of the old crew in here and there. So I thought that was pretty neat. My only complaint with this movie really is that they show a lot of clips from the first movie, almost like they felt the need to, show us who certain people were again, like we'd forgotten. And I mean, maybe it helps out for people who aren't super familiar with the first one. Like my partner hasn't seen the first one in its entirety, so maybe it would help out. But I mean, we would watch the first one before she saw the second one, so I feel like it wasn't really necessary to do that. I feel like you didn't really have to throw it. Like here and there is totally fine. If there's certain characters you're trying to remember and you're like, oh, that person. But it was almost like every time we reintroduced a character from the first movie, we would see a clip of like them or what happened to them or like people they're talking about. Like you got the son of Happy's old boss. I got the nail in the head, and he shows up, and then you're cut to a scene of him from the first movie, which maybe in retrospect is like another way of honoring these characters, and all that. But even ones that are still alive that pop up, and you're like, oh yeah, and then they show you a clip of like the guy that worked for the government or whatever, and he had to repossess grandma's house. He is now a lawyer and stuff, and he was like, he wanted to get into a business where people didn't hate him, and of course they give him shit for that. Like, you didn't want people to hate you, you became a lawyer. Like, it's one of the worst things you could have become for people to not hate you. Like, it doesn't make sense. It just felt unnecessary to me, but I've seen the movie a million times. So I just felt like it wasn't something that they absolutely had to do. Like they didn't really, I don't know. I don't want to say they didn't like trust the audience to remember these things, but I personally just felt like it didn't have to be as much as they did. It doesn't deter me in any way from watching it again, and it's not like long clips or anything like that. But there are a lot more of them than I felt like was necessary. But other than that, that's just nitpicking. Really, that's really the only complaint I had. Still a very fun movie. Again, new characters, new reasons for doing what you're doing, and it's still the same old Happy Gilmore. Just a little bit more tame to an extent, and he's still doing his thing, man. Still very fun. I had a great time watching this movie. I cannot wait to watch it with my partner. I'm excited to talk to my family about it. Since I grew up watching it and just seeing their thoughts. But yeah, I'm very curious to know what you guys thought of Happy Gilmore 2. Leave a comment and or let me know if you even plan to watch it. I mean, maybe you're not even interested. That's okay. I'm just saying, if you enjoyed the first one, I think I might have enjoyed this one a little bit more. But that's just me. Anyway, yeah, again, just let me know what you guys thought. And yeah. Go watch Happy Gilmore 2. It's a good time. Talk to you guys soon.